Everybody good to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Cool beans. All right. Where we left off, you guys wrapped up the dungeon with the Duragor in it. You engaged in battle with the Duragor foreman. Defeated him, the rest of his small army of workers that are potent when so numerous. Afterwards, Bayor has... Would it be accurate to say a mini panic attack or...
Maybe an existential crisis.
Existential crisis. Flies and leaves the party, goes down to get some alone time and take the eyes out of the mechanical spider, where he runs into Russell. After a brief conversation or a silent nod and just companionship of helping rip some eyes out of a dead spider, that's mechanical. You guys finish spending the rest of the night. You guys leave only to find that the meteorite was cracked open and something was inside and has escaped. You go to the village. Does anybody want to roleplay anything in the village?
I don't have to roleplay it, but Bayer is going to definitely help either bury, burn, whatever the funeral rites are for Edward Faust.
Okay.
The man he could not save.
And after that, you guys make it back to town. At which point, I should have done the math beforehand. 150 times 5. Y'all receive 750 gold as a group.
What's happening is it's going to everybody but Bayor, because there's 5 only.
So that means you each get 150 each, besides Bayor.
Okay.
And Bayer is also, when we get that money, going to pass out the loot he found in one of the chests, which each person also gets an additional 80. So effectively, everyone in the party gets 230 gold.
Now, some decision points here. What do you guys tell the wizard that gave you the job?
I mean, I probably shouldn't talk to him if we're not wanting to be honest. As much as I don't care for him.
What part would we not want to be honest about?
Well, do we think they're gonna like go out there and try to get the crystal stuff?
Well, they might, but if they know how it works, I don't think it would be that big of a deal.
Okay.
People, hopefully more capable than us, will go and deal with the aftermath of that.
I mean, I think we did okay.
Mooney plans on telling Gregory everything
Okay.
because that scared the shit out of him.
Okay. Right. So, any naysayers? Are we good with telling the dude to... Okay. So y'all give him a complete report. He thanks you for doing a good job. Pretty much part of that report, if y'all remember, y'all did find a map of the city that indicated that that army of Durgar were going to assault the city. So preventing that, he also gave you an attaboy. Good job there. And he takes it back to, you presume he takes it to higher authority. And yeah, the floor is y'all's for downtime. Is there anybody that wishes to begin?
I can go ahead and get Ryan's out of the way, just so you can know. Relatively basic stuff. Going to attempt to continue the pursuit of number 1 ship at the Velvet Room. Wheeling and dealing, whining and dining, whatever Adrian has to do. And they will also begin working on learning the throwing fighting style.
Yeah, he sent me that part. He didn't send me the first part.
Gotcha.
All right. All right. Then I'll just pick. We'll give This will be Madeline's first time. We'll give her a couple opportunities to hear some if she wants to edit anything on the fly. Brian, Oliver.
Oliver will spend. We've got how many weeks? 2 weeks?
Just one.
1 week.
This is a quick one.
I mean, he runs his relatively standard weekly routine, helping out Father Forthill, assigning patrols. I was going to look up and see how much breastplate cost to figure that out, because he may go purchase himself a breastplate.
400 gold.
Nope. So he will not go purchase himself a breastplate. So he's going to
That's right, but it is expensive.
Did you make that up?
I thought it was 300 or 400.
Well, I think Brian's nope wasn't a denial of that. It was a
No,
nope, not gonna buy
it's
it.
expensive for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, breastplate is 400.
don't have that much.
Well, you don't take disadvantage on stealth, I don't think,
Correct.
and it gives you the same amount of
Scale mill.
AC. Yeah.
How much can you add? How much of my dex can I add?
2 unless you have medium or master.
Okay, so it'd leave it at the same. AC. Still.
Yeah, its AC is a 16, right?
AC
14.
Canadian.
It's a 14. You have a +2, so then we have a 16 plus your shield. That's an 18.
And then chainmail is 16. That's 75 gold.
Does that allow Dex?
I mean, the only thing that's not allowed, just FYI, is you get disadvantage on stealth. You don't get disadvantage on anything else. Now, if you want to go swimming in the ocean with plate, I might do some con saves or strength
Well, we
athletic
can't
saves.
get to plate armor yet.
But it doesn't actually. Unlike the other D&D versions, the only thing it's disadvantage on is stealth.
Yeah.
If that changes your mind.
I mean, Oliver will continue working on kind of pursuing the teachings of Eldith.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Russell.
How do I add a language? Because Russell finishes learning Thieves' Can't Baylor.
Super fun. Because I give you a recipe, and then you have to go through figuring out what it means and when and how. And we meet up at the spot where we first met.
Nice.
It's fun.
Down in the bottom left, it's proficiencies in languages.
Oh, I can just add.
There's a setting button, and I think that
Yeah.
lets you-
And then he's going to attempt to sell the 95 gold worth of jewelry he has.
Okay. You can sell it for that much, unless you want to try to haggle more. That would be a roll, though. That could result in the opposite effect.
Yeah, he's good with 95 gold. And then, presumably,
At some point during this, Wilkir leaves you a note where you're staying, telling him to meet you at a tap.
any particular one, or
It's the one that you overheard the conversation in.
I don't. Or is that no? That was Three Flags Sailing, wasn't it?
Yes. I was like, it had something to do with flags. I was trying to go down my list.
All right, he will be there at the appropriate time.
Right.
I don't remember if this note specifically said.
No, he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
give
where
you
he's
that
giving
note.
me the
Yeah.
note. I knew that.
So at some point he has it like folded in a newspaper or something, and he gives it to you. But we're gonna kind of role play that conversation a little bit. I see you're still kicking.
I mean, I imagine they would back corner of a bar.
Yeah, exactly. You're in front of the bar, just moderately filled. It's at night.
Yeah, so
Just in
Russell's
case.
in the Russell's in the darkest possible corner he can manage. Hood pulled low. I'm trying.
How's it going? And there seems to be more of a meaning to that than just
And just real fast, for a brief moment, Russell flashes as a familiar face, likely to Rook here, assuming he knows. Okay.
I mean he's smart enough to put two together. Yeah.
And then I have not thought of a voice for this person, but
It's fine.
It's Tom.
yep.
Hello. Here.
Oh, it's going fine.
Yeehaw.
Just make it Arthur Morgan. There you go, right there. We'll be on.
It's closer to Dutch.
So, sorry, I'm actually mimicking Brian.
That was Orther Boomhauer.
You got everything you need?
Oh, he hasn't given me his note yet.
I thought you were just gonna eat it. Yeah, really.
Hands me the note. Just let me see it. Still waiting on Salvatore.
I see. You should also, and he slides you over the newspaper with the note in it. It says, you should catch up on current affairs. Should be prepared for when the courts happen.
We're ready.
He kind of looks around. He gets up, gives you a nod and leads.
Stay and drink for a little bit.
You notice that the other people are kind of giving you weird looks. And the bartender comes over and goes, "You good?"
Can he figure out what that's about?
You can roll an insight.
My passive insight's 17, but I got a 15.
Yep. He seems worried about you, and he follows up with, "We don't want any trouble or anything. You all right?"
My passive insight understands now. He just stares for a second, finishes his drink, or finishes his drink.
You gotta do like
There's this much left, so he's just doing it for like 8 minutes.
He's now on the desk looking in.
And then he'll just stand up real quick and give a very curt nod and walk out.
I guess it is time. You have human teeth. You could have lips now too.
I'm not even a beak anymore. It's just everything's bird, like human.
He just carries around a metal straw so he can get it right between the beak. All right. Anything else?
I just gonna
That's cool.
Okay, he'd just be scouting further.
Yeah. I think I wrote the number of rolls you have. You can add one more to it. It might be tallies above it, but that's how many attempts you make. If you fail one, you've got to make another attempt. Johnny, before I forget, you're up.
I'm up. Okay. There's gonna be a few things here. First thing that I want to be sure and do is to sell the Periton heart.
Okay.
Um, do I know if that is something that would be considered a illicit substance, or
You can roll a history check if you want.
okay?
I mean,
What number did that just roll?
it rolled a 3.
4.
I mean, you know, it's just animal parts. It's a
Yeah,
monster.
good call. I'm going to bring it to someone. I don't know. Do I know anyone who would buy that kind of thing?
With that roll, I would probably say you might think an alchemist would want it. Possibly, I mean, it is a heart, so it's not like anybody would want it for much of anything besides that. So maybe a cook or an alchemist.
Let's try the alchemist then.
Okay. The alchemist will offer you about 20 gold for it. Unless you want to try to sweet talk him.
I will do my best to sweet talk him. I will say, listen, Mr. Alchemist, this is the perfect component for some of your more public clientele. Say, a wealthy mage, a politician. They could take advantage of the Periton's curse and enjoy some temporary what's it called? What is it called when you birth control?
Okay. You know what? That's for the clever use of it. Go ahead and roll an advantage. So that was a 4, but you have an
Which one?
advantage.
That was a 4.
Yes, sir. That's a 13.
21.
Okay. This is sad. What did I originally tell you? 20, right? Okay. He'll up it to 30.
20 gold. You will sell that, good sir. Thank you. That is one thing. And then I need to acquire about 50 gold worth of some ruby powder.
So in the city, because it is run by mages, run by a mage city. Any type of component for a spell can be found easily enough. Now, with that said, read the spell component. If it's like summon devil, which takes the blood of an innocent that died recently, you're not gonna find that on the market. Okay, but use your common sense. If it's anything else, you're good to go.
Excellent.
Which
So
that
I
is the
will
actual
just
component for that spell, by the way. If you haven't
Spend
known that.
the 50 gold.
No, you're good. I was just yapping.
All right. I will bring that to Arlan and basically be like, hey, I really hated not being able to see underground. Would you mind casting Continual Flame on this dagger for me?
I would love to.
Arlen says unexcitedly.
Sorry, what's that?
Arlan cast it. You might have to wait a day for them to prepare it, but you got a week of downtime, so you're fine.
Excellent. We're
One
taking
good
care of
dispel
business.
magic coming up.
Heart. Do I have any idea how much, like, is there something, some kind of magic item that I could get that would preserve these components for a longer period of time?
There is. I'm gonna make it up. For 500 gold, you can get a bag of preserving. It has very similar stats to the bag of holding. Has a 2-foot diameter mouth. It can go up to 4 feet deep, which means it can hold about 64 cubic feet. However, there's an enchantment in there that preserves organic material. If you put something inorganic in there, like some synthetic, something metal, something that's not like something that needs to be preserved, the enchantment stops working while that thing is in there.
Got it.
So if you put someone's head in there and they have like gold crowns,
We're not going to get that technical. The goal of this is I don't give you guys too many bag of holdings where y'all just start loop gobbling.
Think that'll stop me?
I was like, it's too late.
Wait, you could put Oliver in there and he would be preserved, and then you just like sneak him in somewhere.
I mean,
Surprise!
you'll still run out of oxygen.
Preserved.
Yeah, you said
But-
preserved.
What can be preserved?
What do you think,
Oh,
organic?
yeah. He, pocket
I'm
Oliver.
organic and I don't breathe.
But you're
I
a
mean-
little bit bigger than 2-foot diameter hole.
We get enlarged reduced.
The spell runs out and you can't get out.
And you're just
Well, no, at that point, it's not a bag of preserving; it's a bag of cleric. You just cast a spell out of the bag.
Bag of
Like,
cleric.
yeah.
Do you want to purchase that for 500
My
gold?
favorite way to travel with them. I do not have the funds to purchase that for 500 gold.
So that's to be you.
Instead, I'm going to. Yeah, it does.
oh shit. Russell's gonna get a long supply.
I'm going to go over to Grigori's.
Okay.
And while I'm there, I'm going to kind of explain to him everything that went down, except for maybe leaving out that Bayer died and I rang a bell.
Do me a favor and roll a deception check.
Yes. Okay.
You gotta beat a 9. You rolled a 10.
18.
All right. Grigori doesn't know anything's weighing on your mind. He doesn't notice anything like that.
The old fool. He has no idea.
He casts detect thoughts. No, just kidding.
Oh dear. I'm going to also show him the firearm. And ask him if he knows of anyone who could start to refine that design or produce them in a larger scale.
We're gonna do a little bit of role playing. So, what exactly do you want with this? I mean, we could go the artificer route where they infuse it with magic so it doesn't need bullets. The Sinclair family's known for that kind of stuff. Or we can stick pure tinkering and embassy in town might be able to help you.
Ooh. I notice our guards are not running around with the best of equipment. I thought it would be helpful to bring it to someone that might be able to produce it a bit better than I would. So probably the gnome route.
I mean, it's possible the
And then
gnomes
who
and
knows?
the.
Maybe we secure a contract on producing firearms.
I mean, it is possible they might be able to learn something from the design, but the gnomes and the dwarves have been working on guns or firearms for a while. And there's, trust me, a reason why we don't use them yet. They can be potent, but they're also dangerous and fell in the
And I
wrong
will
moment.
Take that. Sorry, would you repeat that?
Yeah, he says the very last part. He
Just what Grigori was saying there.
he says that the gnomes and the dwarves have been working on this for a minute, but there's a reason that we don't use it because they can be dangerous and they can fail at the wrong moment.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you know, a gnome might see something unique in the design that they haven't used, and they might buy it from you. Same thing with Sinclair. No, he's a wizard. I don't know what your relationship with most wizards are.
Then I'm going to leave that in the creep for a little while I determine what to do with it.
Okay.
Then what else did we have going on here? I'm gonna start working on the Ring of Spell Storing.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you had created the ring itself, which was the majority of the work. You could probably, excuse me, you could probably finish it off in this week, if you wish.
Okay, I would like to work with Grigori on that if possible.
Okay. So basically, to finish this off, you'll need to roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, dear. Okay.
So that was a 2.
6.
Hold on, let me go see what I sent you. Did I send that to you via text or did I?
You sent it to me via email. Do I get advantage with Grigori's assistance?
You know what? Yeah, I'll give you that because you did say you were doing it with him.
Thank God.
That's a 12.
16.
All right. So, did you want to make any bonuses to it or anything like that?
I did. I'm not sure if it's something you want me to declare before it's made, or if it's something that like it's made and then figure out what you want to do with it.
You rolled above 15, so that's all you need to add something to it.
Okay.
Now, obviously, let me know what you're adding, and I'll tell you if that's okay or not. But
could I? I thought about what I wanted to do for other magic items. I did not think about this one. Can I try and have that figured out by the end of us talking about downtime?
Yeah.
Thank you. And if that's going to be my priority for downtime, unless I have some idea of how much of the bullet hide it's going to take for smoke armor.
You have enough. A bullet is bigger than smoke.
We have hold on.
James is looking up, see how much.
We have enough for one medium creature's.
So, and smoke is medium, or yeah,
Okay.
smoke is medium. So you have enough.
Got it. And then I had 27 ounces of that Arcanophage blood. Do I have any remaining that I can
You have 7.
sell or? Well, that's 7.
Yep, 7 ounces.
Okay. Then I'll just ask Grigori if, like, do you have a need for this as a component? I mean,
It's rare enough I could use it. I don't know if I could use it with that much quantity, but maybe something will happen.
fair enough. What I'm going for here is that it's gonna buy me some goodwill from him.
I did just buy you. I did just help you make the item. This could be payment.
Yeah, that's what we're doing that as.
He's a stingy, crotchety old man.
And added. I was more saying that just like, yeah, I'm Johnny to Isaac. I'm just gonna give that to him as like some kind of establish some more goodwill, rapport, whatnot.
Okay, he'll take it as you're just paying him for the services with the leftovers, which he's more than happy to have.
Works for me.
All right.
That'll be it for my downtime, and I will work on figuring out a bonus for that spell storing ring.
Aye, Captain. A couple of suggestions to get the brain working. If you want to cast a spell using it, you can roll a d20, and if it lands on that 20, it's one spell level higher. It could hold one more spell level's worth of stuff. Once a day, you can use your reaction to cast a spell from it. Things like that.
You had me at an extra spell level. So
Okay. It can still
6
only
levels of
hold.
spells would be great.
Yeah, it can still only hold a maximum of a 5th level spell, but you can now do a 5th plus 1 or 3 2nd level spells.
That'll be 6.
Huge.
Right, but it's
Awesome.
not.
Thank you.
It's not a 6th level spell, which so it's to get a little fucky.
I mean, I can only cast a max of 5th level. But
Well, someone else can cast a 6th level on it. It doesn't have to be you that puts stuff in it. So.
And if I catch on early enough, I will go and ask people to put like, I don't know, a healing word or 2 in there.
You get 1 day's worth of spells because it's going to be at the end. They'll wake up the next morning and shenanigans will ensue.
Then I'm going to put 2
Who are you going to?
Misty Steps in there.
Oh, you yourself. Okay, that's fine.
And then I'm going to, yeah, I do that myself. And then I'll go to Bayor and ask for 2 base level healing words.
Anything for you, dear boy? Bloop, bloop. As Bayor, I'm out.
All right. Anything else, Sir Johnny?
And that is it for me.
Perfect.
Real quick, Russell will also check in with Salvatore about the ring of non-detection.
He tells you it's got about a week left.
Russell checks in again at the end of the downtime.
That was at the end of the downtime.
You almost
Good try, though. All right, Miss Madeline.
Okay. First, I need to acquire a short crossbow, a light crossbow.
All right. Light crossbow. If you it's 25 gold. If you're buying anything, it's whatever it says it is in the player's handbook. Unless you're going to someone you've pissed off in the past. If you wish to make some sort of charisma check to get it for less, you can, but that can also result in pissing them off.
Probably not gonna do that. And I'm also going to get some spell components. Which I will find the spell for in a moment. Would I be able to acquire and then begin learning proficiency with an alchemy set?
You can start learning proficiency. It's not going to be something that is acquired overnight.
Yeah.
With your past, I'll say you put in some hours. So all of these guys are learning something at the moment. You can also consider feats also, just FYI.
Mhm.
Are you a knowledge cleric?
Yeah.
You know you can use your channel divinity to do that.
Yeah, but I want
Okay, no, you're totally fine. I just want to make sure you don't have to do that. Since we have a week.
Yeah.
It's precious downtime.
If I remember right, I think for proficiencies, you need about 24 weeks of time.
Okay.
But, like I said, you do have past amount of time.
Mhm.
So I'll say you have about 16 weeks of it invested.
Okay. Cool.
And so now you have 17 with this week of downtime. And then you need to know the cost of alchemy set.
It's 50.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm gonna get 50 gold worth of spell components for non-detection and augury. And then I need to, or I would like to try to find someone who can, someone who can either has a spell or can give me an item that will give me dark vision or help me
Okay.
with dark vision.
So roll me this. You can take two paths. You can ask around, which will be a persuasion, or you can just generally search, which will be an investigation.
Okay, I'll do persuasion.
general store usually sells a torch, and those are pretty handy.
I think in common sense, all of you understood that.
I have one of those. 6.
It takes a good minute. Honestly, I don't know why I had you roll because you have a week to find this. But so
Maybe I get a
you
one.
find out the spell dark vision. There is a spell second level called dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
But that only lasts for I think 12 hours. So there's no way to really make that permanent unless you just figure out a way to learn spell. There's also an item called the Goggles of Night. It's an uncommon item, so it's something that you could find to buy, but it costs about 500 gold.
And then people will know which direction you're looking. Finally.
Okay, that is good. Shit.
Sorry, it's an uncommon card, and I just campaign me against 10,000 gold, and there's only one.
What was that, Wilfred?
He's a little salty because I'm not giving him a tiara he wants.
I'm a little salty because I paid 60,000 gold for a third level spell.
I believe Khalid said it best. You played yourself.
I mean, did not play the game.
It is permanent. You don't have to keep casting the spell, and it's within 30 feet of you. Everybody within 30 feet of you.
Cool. We'll never move 20 feet of anyone ever again.
Got him.
Okay, that's all that I want to go get. The rest of the time, I'm just kind of following people around. Arlen would probably follow, or try to go find and sort of hang with Adrian, until they figured out that there are important people around where Adrian is. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, and then immediately stop doing that.
Been about a night in there. You see some important wizards come in. You see judges, merchants. He also goes off by themselves a few times. I would love to roleplay that conversation. What you doing back there?
Yeah.
I believe that conversation would go, how you doing, Adrian?
Oh.
And then after that, they'd probably alternate between everybody, just kind of try to learn what they kind of do, who they are, kind of thing.
Yep. Does anybody want to show Arlen what they see?
They
In some
would
cases, don't see.
see Russell always trying to duck them immediately.
And successfully see Russell the entire time.
He's got rope trick now. He can disappear.
Just pulls on the rope.
Plus, then you can pull the rope up into it, and they can't see it.
You can never escape.
What's sad is 3 hours later, you
Well,
stick your head out,
Arlen's
and Arlen's just standing there like,
Well, that's the trick is he's got to go fast to get around a corner, cast it, climb up, pull the rope up before you round the corner. It's possible. He's a quick boy.
Arlen's just on the roof.
He climbs up into a little extra dimensional space, and Arlen's there.
just holding a bag of holding, like, so you can
Crawls up into a portable hole.
I would say for my downtime can be when Arlen is, if they are going to follow Bayor at all, you can 100% just be privy to what I'm going to do. Or a very specific part of it.
okay. Arlen's not like. If it seems like anyone doesn't want them around, they're not gonna stay. They're just gonna stay until it gets annoying and then leave.
Oliver would probably put Arlen to work helping him out around the ladies' hall.
Arlen would literally love that.
Like Father Forthill is gonna have his honey-do list for us.
Yep.
Arlen's going to do it with gusto.
Which
You have
makes-
never seen them this enthusiastic.
The kids in the orphan start scared, but then start to enjoy it. And yeah, whatever you want to say, I'll do. Go for it.
That wall that had a huge chunk taken out of it,
Yeah.
we repair that.
Excellent.
Nice.
I would also like to.
Which is
start
fun because that means Oliver's been waiting for someone that's been tall enough, willing to help.
Oliver standing on top of the crenellations.
Yes.
What were you saying?
I made a joke.
Yeah, you know how I feel sometimes. Anything else? My little finger.
Actually, that's a lie. I am going to get different clothes. Something that will completely cover me, so like probably a pretty substantial cloak and some just trousers and a shirt.
Check.
Does Arlen go to Gregorius with Rooney at some point?
If Rooney lets him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very curious to gauge Arlen's maybe non-existent reaction.
Do you prep Arlen in any way?
Just that we're going into work, so I can work on building this item, building this ring.
Okay. So, you open up the door, and Grigori's standing there. You've seen this man before. At, I would say, probably not just that. Well, actually, you haven't seen him at any like parties, so say, but you have seen him in the workshop with Sinclair. And before
Okay,
you,
then I do not go in there.
yep. Roll me a perception check.
25.
25. And one more, and I'll kind of check.
9. I rolled a 1.
Okay. You don't have to not meta this, but you see behind Grigori, and you see what you would expect, like from a spell component, from the garb of a necromancer. Not just the necromancer, but you've also recognizing the like the shawl of the Wizards Council. So
Arlen, sees this, and just leaves without saying anything.
Okay, bye.
you roll
An exit, I see.
They like get around the corner and then start running.
roll an insight, Rooney.
Well, it's just like cobblestone and then stone
Yeah,
hitting it.
One moment, I need to pull up roll 20.
Now,
You roll an 18.
19.
All right. Grigori seems both surprised and very interested.
Do you guys know each other?
Well, I've seen something like that around, but never.
Around
outside
where?
of-
I've never seen it.
Well, Sinclair's cousin. He's one of the middle-ish nobles. He likes to throw parties and he likes to show things. Sometimes it's little tinkering things that light up the sky. Makes the whole ceiling of his house an illusion. One of his more favorite pastimes is he has a giant chessboard and chess pieces that play on it. And I'll be damned if that did not look like one of them, but how it's roaming around free, I don't know.
Would you say that those are generally violent games, or how is the piece captured? Does it just walk off the board?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like normal chess you would see. They take the spot and the piece that got taken just walks off to the side so that the player can recognize what's happened.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Well, I mean, no, but he's. I don't know. How do you know him?
I got a Mid, I'm a little surprised to hear about you going to these parties.
I don't go to the parties.
You're
I'm
more like a cup of tea and a book guy.
I don't go to the parties. Those wizards are assholes. But I have worked with Sinclair on something I'm not going to tell you about, but it's type of research that's let's just say I'm kind of interested to see what happened there. How do you know that thing? It seemed like y'all came up here together.
I mean, just we're friends. Arlan helped on the job we just won.
How are y'all friends? Like, what does it speak?
Yeah, of course.
Does it have its own like thought process? Like, tell me everything.
I would assume so. I mean, how do I know you have your own thought process? Like, I don't tell you what to do.
Don't be
I don't tell
crass,
Arlan what to
boy.
do.
Iteration.
I'm like 16. That's all I know how to be.
Well, you gonna spill the beans or not?
I mean, we're
Does it carry on a
we know
normal
each other.
conversation?
We work together.
So does it carry
Yeah,
on?
I mean, not as fluently as you and I do.
Does it have its own wants?
That I'm still a little unsure of.
Has it done anything unpredictable?
Not that I've seen. Like anything I've seen,
Are you this is Isaac the DM.
it likes to observe and learn.
I can't tell if Johnny's messing with me or if you want me to ask you to roll a deception check.
He wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't? Okay.
No, I generally don't know.
Um, you, but he was in the room, right? His character? Okay.
For which the attacking bear or
Yeah, the
What about the other time?
With he would have seen Arlan attack when we were fighting Owlbear.
Yeah, when
Well,
Bear took his hat off.
Attack the owlbear.
wait a minute. Wasn't Rooney catching up to us? Or was he actually there?
No, Russell was the furthest back.
Yeah, I did not fight owlbear.
Remember, Rooney had to catch up because Johnny wasn't there that session.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, you didn't see anything. I'm sorry.
So no, he's not messing with you.
It's like, what the?
He's being the goodest
I didn't
boy.
think I saw anything that was like unpredictable or weird.
Hmm.
Can I learn about your research at some point? Is it something I can help with?
I mean, not to be rude, but quite frankly, you're not powerful enough or smart enough yet. Spoken into.
That's okay. Fair enough. I get it. We need to put the paperwork in first. I need to sign a waiver, all that good stuff.
I mean, if you want to be a subject of an experiment, we need a waiver.
I'm not so sure if I want to do that one.
You don't trust me?
Let's give a little bit, and we'll see if you want me involved later on.
One last question.
Should we
Did
get
they-
to work on the ring?
Yeah, you can work on the ring, but one last question. Did they
Oh,
say they
sorry.
have a name? Do you call them anything?
Yeah, it's Arlan.
Excellent. Roll me a wisdom saving
It
throw.
wasn't Oliver.
Shit. Oh no. 11.
Okay. All right. You work on the ring.
Yeah. No, that was it. Just wanted to see how that all went.
Good man. All right. Anything else, madam?
Can I tell anything happened or just
No, it was successful, so you have no idea.
awesome? So good.
I may ask you periodically to make a wisdom saving throw, just that far.
Cool. No, that's it.
Those are suspiciously stop after you're hanging around Russell when he has his ring.
Yes.
I'm so glad I got this.
All right. Back forward.
All right. You said we have a week.
Have a week.
They're gonna check on decks when they first get back.
Okay.
Do they have any sort of cases in waiting? Anything weird happened while they were gone?
He tells you about a couple minor things that he was able to take care of in y'all's stead, but nothing significant. Someone thought they were cheating on their spouse. Someone, well, not that they were cheating. Their spouse was cheating on them.
I think I'm cheating on my wife.
Watch me do this and tell me if that's true or not.
It would be kind of fun if the person like was sleepwalking and did it, or was mind controlled and did it. You could technically have that as a thing, but nope.
He also tells you there's a whispering of oh, you went back at the beginning, so no, not yet. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple little things, nothing to take care of, nothing to write home about.
If I can, I'm going to get with Bruni on very specifically the thing that's going to help Arlan see in the dark with my construct bag of marbles, and see if there's anything that it's like, oh look, they make goggles for this. Perfect. You need these components? Cool. And go from there and see if I can work on that.
Okay. Well, Rudy, roll a Arcana check, please.
May I assist them?
Yeah, y'all can work on it together. Well, not work on it, but brainstorm together.
Got it. I'll give you advantage and guidance, Rooney.
Roll again, Rooney. And add it. Well, all right, never mind. You don't even need to roll a d4. Rooney basically says he can make the goggles a night, but you know the reason he made this ring so quickly is he's already put in a lot of the work.
Sure.
It's going to take him about a month. With these materials, all you really need is the metal casing, or the however you want to flavor it.
Yeah.
You can make it like a helmet, or you could do like a headband and just buy the prerequisite from like the armor that might meet up with that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was muted there.
Oh,
Are you good?
That is that's the reason I also took the mimic skin.
Was the help with the dark vision?
It is not so much. It's to add like a shield of expression component to it. Like make it a mask with the shield of expression and dark vision goggle.
Okay. I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe that can be useful for Arlan. Now you can actually know what faces they're making, but that would be creepy. No, just a skin wrapped around your face.
Arlan is serial killer.
But regardless, y'all can brainstorm later, because it's going to take a month for you to build this, if you want to do that next.
okay. Is there a way to just purchase this? Like, would I know of something I could just say, look, I can give you the components for something. You can give me this unless you really want to wait. You want to wait?
People do sell goggles and nights. You would have to get with an artificer to see if they have some available and that they were willing to charge you labor for.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me, same thing. You can do this through charisma, or you can do this through investigation.
What would you like me to roll? Just an investigation check?
Either like it's persuasion or investigation, whichever you prefer.
I don't cast guidance.
Okay. So you do.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is. My investigation's dumb as hell. That's a 28.
So you do find someone that's willing to do that.
Mhm.
They're going to charge you, unless you want to try to barter it down. Let's say 200 gold. So it's going to mark 300 off.
Okay. I will keep that in mind of where this person is and where that deal is at, because I do not have those funds with me. What if I offered a trade in like a barter an item?
What you got?
I will show them the ring of the Gruul signet, which is the compelled dual ring, and the ring of truth telling.
Yeah, I remember what the rarity of those were.
Ring is uncommon. That's the Gruul signet. The ring of truth telling is uncommon.
I'm kind of a shopkeep. Truth telling would be nice. I'll do that for that.
Very tense.
He'll give you the goggles. It's not technically a helmet. It's just a band.
Right.
With goggles on it. And then he'll take the ring.
Trade. Thank you. I'm going to, like, Rooney, we're going to have the goggles, and then you can flavor it however you want, but we now have that component of it.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to? I mean, it would probably take work to make it, like, add some kind of expression or other component to it.
Well, and that's fine, but perhaps we can work. Yeah, perhaps we can work on that as we're able to utilize it.
Fair. Okay.
You only tell me a little bit later specifically what you want to do. If it's a minor effect, like you can make your face. Now you can't look like someone else because that's a full level spell. But if you wanted to make
No,
like
it's literally just like make like a smiley face or a frowny face.
okay,
Maybe it's the emotion chart, and then one of them just highlights.
but no, if it's something simple like that, that can't be used necessarily as a disguise. I'll let you guys do that like within a week of tinkering. But if you want to make it like a full disguise self or something like that, using the mimic's magic, that's gonna go once again take you back to a month. So.
Okay. We finished thieves' camp. Got the goggles. He's gonna check on the children, Olivia and Emily. Just gonna look in on them, make sure that Adrian's not corrupting them too much.
Roll an insight.
Natural 20.
Corrupting as making them evil, no, but they're learning a lot of skills
Okay. No,
that
that's
can be useful in certain situations.
that's
They seem more confident, gregarious.
perfect. You're learning well. Okay. Yeah, one day he's gonna take them and fly with them at
Okay.
night. It'll be a very low fly, but it'll like we can do this more when I'm not feeling like I'm gonna drop you. So
They enjoyed it.
do that. They're going to get with Oliver and see if there is some kind of thing we can do for Arlen that will help them be a little bit more robust or well armored.
buy Arlen armor. We could go. I mean, we could go to the barracks and see if there's anything that we could get.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a little light on coin right now.
Oh. Yeah. What kind? Does Arlen know how to wear armor? I mean, Arlen's kind of made out of bone.
See, our skills are somewhat similar, so I would assume it'd be something like I can wear, but this is kind of it's not really expensive, but
Oliver will look at you to see if you're wearing armor right now.
I am. It is. Scale mail.
Yeah, we can go to one of the smiths and see if they got something. We probably need to get Arlen so we can get Arlen fitted.
Yeah, I agree. If you think we can do it as a favor or something that could be very cheap, then maybe that would be helpful.
I mean, I got an idea.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Oliver would attempt to gather Arlen with Bayor and go to one of the local smiths and attempt to convince them that he is deputizing Arlen, and as a result needs town guard armor fashioned.
Before we would do that, before like we're just scooping you up into a basket and taking you to do something, we could of course ask how you are.
Is this before or after my little field trip with Rooney?
I think it'll be more fun if it's after.
Okay. Actually, I need to talk to him again at some point. Arlen is hiding.
Oh, then we're gonna find you.
Well, first
Well, not
we
hiding
go.
well.
Yeah, we go check your house, your shack.
No.
Huh. Well,
We're going to do an investigation check.
yeah, Oliver will assist by just asking people, have you seen a big statuesque statue person?
Now you got him going around there. It sounded big.
Looking for Arlen.
32.
You find them.
You can't even hide in another campaign.
I mean, it's kind of hard for.
It's like the last place we would have expected.
Russell crawls through the window into his room and just
Arlen can't even fit completely, and so it's just half of it.
like shoulders up, coming through the little hatch.
Yeah, they're probably trying, when you find them, they're probably trying really hard to get in there.
Hey!
Mhm.
Arlen, wait. I don't think you're gonna fit.
Russell's up in the dark recess, invisible in the darkness, just watching.
Maybe it sees you. Maybe it doesn't.
I was wrong.
About?
They're gonna get. I'll get down.
Oh.
I was wrong. I was wrong. That's wrong. I should not come here.
Well, that's fine. We were gonna go shopping. You want to come?
We intend on making more resilient.
That may be necessary.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've been helping us out, and we tend to get hit a lot.
Yeah. There's.
Not really. Russell's like standing at the top of his hatch now.
Behar doesn't even look up because he knows if it's in the dark, he won't be able to see you. He's like, there he is.
You and Rooney are close. Yes?
Me? Yes, very. Regular pals.
Thank you for your honesty. I cannot go shopping with you.
Can we take some measurements and just do the shopping for you? While you remain safe here?
Well, I mean, I can go.
They're measuring the coffin.
This is the worst. Not that Arlen has a face, or moves normally. But Arlen's very still. And then they kind of start edging toward the door. Yes, I will be here.
Roll a deception check. And I'll roll some insight.
No, I mean, Russell's creeping down along the ceiling to drop in front of the door.
Can I do this really quick? I want to. The mechanics here are what I'm after, but it is going to sound very nefarious. I would like to insightful fight you. The reason why is because I want to get your measurements, so I can go buy some armor. I'm trying to buy some armor for you.
Okay.
Can I do insightful fighting
Yeah,
to
that's
get the measurements, or would that be something else?
We can let this roll do both.
Okay. Are they actively trying to does my deceiving thing work?
Yeah, no, they're lying. They're lying to you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're
Yes.
confident. Yes.
Okay. I'll double check. 26.
I'm so lying.
So we're just gonna go to plates from Kate and just get you some armor if you wanted to go.
Can I speak with you?
Yes.
Outside, alone.
Russell's behind you in the doorway. Am
Oliver
I
will.
suspicious?
Are
Oliver
you
will
friends
just.
with Rune?
Is Rooney in the room?
No,
Okay, let's say.
he's not in the room.
This is gonna be an awkward pause.
Yes, you come too. Theor, we will be a moment.
Saved by the bell.
Yeah, it's just a blank look on his face.
Bear's gonna
Friends
pull
is a strong word.
his watch out and wait for a minute. Because he knows you know how to count a minute. So he's gonna be like, okay.
We're gonna go outside and go sort of around the back.
Okay.
I'm afraid I have been found.
Well, yeah, we found you trying to get up in a hole you couldn't fit in.
I'm afraid I have been found.
Who was looking for you?
Oh, not us?
Which sounds like a good time. Make a wisdom saving throw.
14.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Said excellent. Okay.
Oh, great. I do not know the person himself, but he knows the people who made me.
So, do you want to be found?
I will not go back.
Okay. Can you describe this person? Can you describe this person?
I'll describe.
We're going. Scraps are going. Where you found him?
I told you, Colt. He's Batman.
This confirms nothing?
I don't know. He's grabbing like zero tolerance. He's like, should we? I mean, I can go. I'm ready.
You told me people protect one.
Yep.
I was about to get disintegrated.
Well, no. Oliver's gonna be like,
He knows. Rooney knows him. Is Rooney? I do not wish to think ill of him.
hey, Rooney's
Then
pretty
don't.
cool. We saved him from like a demon thing. Like this, it was kind of like lanky and it had longish arms and it was really pale. It was raining. His brother's a turtle.
Russell does 2 finger guns and makes the same. The recordings of Rooney's Eldritch Blast noises.
Pew pew.
Eldritch Blast.
That's the sound.
I mean, he's helped us do some good stuff around the city.
Excellent. I will speak to him as well.
Okay.
I will be safe here.
I mean, I hope so.
I will stay here.
Is the front door the only way in for normal people?
I mean windows.
Yeah,
But,
I mean-
you know.
Well, if you're hiding from, are there outside of Rigori? Are you hiding from other members of the Mage Guild?
Yes.
I knew they were up to no good. Does this have to stay between us?
I would prefer it, yes.
Okay.
Gregori's like, yes.
Because Oliver's like, do I go and try to bust this wide open?
I would rather not. I would rather hide. I would rather live as I am. I do not wish to speak with them again.
Okay, how about we do this? We need a code for if you're ever feeling like you're about to be captured, or you recognize someone that we need to be leery of. That will put us all on alert.
What do you suggest?
Oh fuck! It's the mages.
I was thinking.
That may be a little on the nose.
Also on the notes.
I could use a reprieve. Get it? Because
It's a little on the nose.
Well, they won't know. Well,
I knew what it was called. I did not know you.
what?
The reprieve.
The reprieve.
I knew what it was called, and I did not know you.
Okay. That's the thing? That's...
Oh God. That is what you suggest?
I'm open, like, to... I don't always have the best, but if push comes to shove, I can make a decision.
Do you often use these code words?
Normally, it's like, no, get stop,
No.
stop
get-
resisting, please put that back. It's more just
Please
like,
put that back.
Do you know how to whistle?
They'll make a whistle sound. Okay.
You do that, and the wizard that she's threatened by thinks they're floating.
cat call.
I wish too. Wherever I have to live.
Okay, so we'll do a whistle.
Wolf whistle.
Okay.
Do it.
Why? We don't need to do it right now.
Do it, Brian.
You trust Bayor as well.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Am I still suspicious?
Yes.
Excellent.
I mean, I haven't really known you not to be suspicious, to be honest.
Would you like to come inside?
Yes.
Russell will creep up and then just kind of squat sit on the wall just above the front door.
I love how nobody points out that hiding from authority and running from authority is not suspicious.
Yeah.
Oliver takes care of his CIs.
Rooney, when you
Yes.
are leaving Grigori's, Grigori advises you that your friend Arlan seems a little nervous about y'all's meeting, and that you should reassure Arlan that you mean no harm, and that maybe if they're not keeping secrets, you wouldn't accidentally introduce them to people they don't want to be introduced to. See that subtle manipulation?
If they're not keeping secrets, I won't accidentally introduce them to someone they don't want to meet.
Yeah. They seemed freaked out when they met me.
Okay. God, understood. I will. Sorry, I didn't realize it was going to be awkward.
Oh, it's fine. Just trying to help my apprentice out.
Guilty people don't.
There's that word again. I love it. I'll see you soon.
Good luck.
Oliver catches Baylor up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's also now we've got like this extra mission.
Okay. Armor?
Yeah, you want to go shopping still?
We don't need them to go anywhere if they don't want to.
I will stay here.
I got all their
I
measurements.
will be safe here.
Okay. Well, you'd also be safe with us, right? I mean,
That's true.
are
Russell
you
hops.
staying here?
Russell hops down and pulls out a little set of cards.
Okay, cool.
Arlan doesn't know how to play cards.
Does Arlen express this?
No, they just kind of sit down across from you and are like, okay,
Russell would
just wait.
Repeat verbatim how he was taught. I don't know if that's enough.
relatively quickly figure out you don't know how to play, and then he's got recordings of every time he's been taught how to play a game. So
Arlan's a quick one.
He's the tutorial level in a video game.
would you like to know more?
Yes.
It's like you realize you said no at that moment. They're like, fuck. All right. I know we have more from you, Baylor, but was there anything else anybody wanted to do with that?
I need to talk to Rooney, but that can happen whenever.
I know. I was like, if you want to do it now, use the restroom just real quick.
All right, Rooney, you head back to the reprieve. You see,
Comes back looking fried.
yep, and you see Russell and Arlen playing cards, or something that looks that way.
Bye.
Arlen just stares at you.
May we speak?
What? Sorry, what happened, Russell?
Oh, Russell just says hi, and then Arlen presumably stares at you but says
Okay.
nothing.
Can you hear me?
Followed by the may we speak. Yes, now I can.
Cool. Yeah.
Sure, what's going on?
I fear I have made a mistake.
Rooney,
What mistake was that?
can you also roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure can.
He knows you a lot more intimately, so it's a much lower DC. Oh yeah, no, okay, good.
Do I have any sense that, like, do I know that they can watch people?
I mean, if you want
What I
to,
roll?
you rolled a 2.
He watching.
Ooh.
You can roll an Arcana.
$15.
There's a skill roll called Perception.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the spell. See what level it is.
Isn't Scry 5th?
Yes.
I think it's fit.
You are aware of the scry spell. It takes a fairly powerful mage to do it. There's not very many people that can reach the 5th circle. And whether or not you know if they can do it or not is, you didn't really meet them long enough.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know that man well?
Gregory?
Is that his name?
I'm assuming you mean the man whose house you left earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Gregory. Gregory Christoph. Christopherson? Or just Gregory Christoph?
Christoph.
Christoph, he's been mentoring me for a little bit. I wanted to kind of get involved, see what was going on, politically, magically, get a little feel for Yartar.
I am afraid he knows of me before I found you all.
Oh, you know what? He mentioned this, but okay. So here's the thing. He said that you seemed unhappy about meeting him. He said that if you didn't want to meet people you didn't want to be introduced to, then we shouldn't keep secrets.
See Russell kind of cock his head.
I am not allowed secrets.
Well, I mean, you're allowed secrets, but if I didn't want to meet your Dory, I wouldn't have introduced you to him.
I did not know I did not want to meet him.
How do you know him?
The gears are turning.
I a little bit forgot what you said. Where I'd seen him.
The workshop where Sinclair did maintenance on.
Like, also doing maintenance or just hanging out?
They seem to. This is in the early time, so in and out. You got like snippets. They seem to be working on something together.
Okay. I remember relatively little, but he was always there when we were not playing.
Always with Sinclair?
Yes.
Oh.
The one
He mentioned that they're working on something together, but he didn't really want to say what.
it cannot be good.
No? I mean, Grigori seems to be a pretty good guy.
Whatever secrets I am allowed or not allowed, he cannot know who or where I am.
Awkward.
All right. I'll keep a layer of separation there.
I apologize.
Is there anyone else that you don't want to be around? Or, like, Russell doesn't like to be introduced to guards.
Russell nods.
Just as a group.
Oh, that's not who you are.
Yeah.
All of them.
Mages?
All of who?
I do not know everyone who was there. I only know Grigori and the young one and some others, but it seems as though they all know one another.
Well, Grigori doesn't have many friends, so I would think that means his research partners on this project.
Do you believe he will pursue me?
No. He seemed to be kind of warning you, or he seemed having me warn you that, like, if you shared a little more, then I wouldn't introduce you to people you didn't want to meet.
If he asked you to turn me in, would you?
No, what would I turn you in for?
I don't know.
Does Russell believe Rooney?
Do I believe Rooney?
Does Rooney believe Rooney?
Rooney,
I was going to ask, do I believe Rooney?
you can roll whatever charisma it is, whether it's persuasion, deception, or whatever, and then you can just text me what it is.
Okay. I will.
And y'all can roll insights. Can you roll me what type of roll it was too? Whether it was deception, persuasion. It didn't sound like intimidation,
sorry.
but you know. Okay. What'd you roll?
Of course I won't turn you in.
26.
26.
17.
Neither of you detect a lie.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's kind of it. They just kind of go sit in the corner to think about some stuff.
All right. Well, I had a long day of working on this thing. I'm probably going to go to bed. But
I will keep watch.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sleep tight, Boo Bear.
Who the fuck did you hear that?
Oh, he just creeps in people's houses, man.
That's even worse than what I was
And
imagining.
Rooney gives him that look.
I gotta respond to this work thing, and then we will finish Bayo.
Finish. Very good.
What else you got?
I'm gonna go talk to Dicker.
Okay.
Going to take them to a spot where it's like a little dive kind of bar where we would have first worked on like a case, not before I was actually an investigator. And it was more like, this person seemed relatively smart. They know a little bit about what was going on at the time. And
I would say this is probably when she was still good, and you seem to be helpful with your insight. That's part of what helped get her promoted.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he'll be in there with her and sit down. They'll, he'll order something to eat, and ask about how, like, what's been going on since he's been away. Like, small talk at first.
You know, the usual. Carmichael's bitching,
Mhm.
work, early mornings, late afternoons. Things there's seems to be a quiet tension in town as everybody's getting ready for the Accords.
That makes sense. It has been a very rough couple of weeks. Having never been out of Yartar before, I come to find that it is even more difficult than life already is to be outside of this place. She drops her fork and he just waits patiently.
Keep going.
I have done many things and come to many conclusions since we've known one another, and I have come to even harsher ones recently. I thought that I could save people with my wits and try to figure things out in a way in which that might protect people. And a man's name who I will never forget is Edward Faust. Thinking I could save him from a situation, he's not like my associates or you. He wasn't capable of, defending himself when he needed. And even doing what I perceived was the right thing, it didn't matter. And it is difficult to outthink that.
Would you like to give me context?
Yes, it seemed as though he was under some sort of mind control, and he fell on top of me, and I attempted to break his fall, made sure he was still alive, and acted with my associates to attempt to make what only I could perceive as hell safe outside of the city that we went and investigated. It was a Dwergar mine / refinery type place, and come to find, I did save him originally, but acting either hastily or forgetting, or the situation getting away from me because of my lack of experience, he died anyways. So
I don't know if it's lack of experience. I mean, it sounds like you did what you could to save him in the moment, and then you were Durgar. Like, what was going on in this? Like, were you at risk when you tried to save him?
yeah, Dwergar were mining something, and we came across these crystals that the Dwergar engaged with. It began to take them over in some form of a linked communal or hive mind type scenario, and this was in Edward, and the hive mind or whatever was controlling these things was controlling Edward as well. And as a hostage situation move, Edward tossed himself down an elevator shaft or down a mine shaft, and I broke his fall.
So you caught him. He was safe.
He was,
And then what happened after that?
if only for a brief moment. Stabilized him, made sure he was no longer under the control of those things, from what I can recall, and then got separated from him because we had to continue to clear out the mines.
So you described to me exactly what a combat medic would do.
Right. Except in that instance, I would not have thought that we would have continued to toss the people we were fighting down the shafts.
Well, how could you? Are you?
It wasn't myself. I actually came under the control of of that same entity for a brief moment, and I lost track of him.
Are you perfect?
No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Are you omniscient?
Sadly, no.
Can you go back in time and change the past?
I haven't met the right wizard yet.
I don't think any wizard can go back and change the past.
I don't think they believe that.
That's true. But they can't change the past.
Okay, that's
At least yet.
Well, yeah, indeed. So yeah.
Despite all that, what else do you expect? Are you? Does that not describe what you are? Just human, immortal?
Yeah. Well, I am indeed mortal.
I mean,
What a beautiful segue into confessing to you that I died down there.
okay,
And it was only to the risk of great personal risk to a friend of mine that I'm standing here in front of you, or sitting here in front of you.
that's what friends and family do, and
Mhm.
all of this is driving to the same conclusion in my head.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there's more if you want to keep going, but I have a feeling it's all going to lead to the same point.
Well, maybe it will. Yeah, it was at a great cost to him. He could have just let me just stay down there, but now I'll have to deal with that when it comes back up.
In the time that you were dead,
Mm-hmm.
the person you tried to save died.
Potentially, yeah. Well, different timeline or a different time. I'm talking out of order, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you died during that fight, and during that fight, someone else died. Maybe you were first, maybe you were second, but
Mm-hmm.
and the things that were strong enough to kill you. I'm getting confused.
Oh, I died to stupidity. I did not die to that other battle. Being out of my element is something that I am having to come to terms with, and realizing that being thrust into existence comes with a great deal of those hardships, and I can't figure out how to outthink a lot of things, even being surrounded by some of the greatest people.
I'm being honest with you. It sounds like you're being a little arrogant.
Might be. I am. I'm very arrogant. Yes, he takes a sip of his wine.
Do you realize why?
I think that's where my arrogance blinds me.
For someone that has a lot more power and knowledge than someone else, you hold yourself at a higher standard.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Very true. And in that, trying to work on coming to the realization that my actions not only affect myself, and they affect everyone around me and people that I care about in ways that I'm unprepared for. So in the moment, I might even be able to outthink a problem, but I'm not necessarily able to grasp the unintended consequences. Which I know I'll never be able to know everything. That's never going to happen. But now that I know that, or at least have come, it being shoved in my face, it might make it a little easier.
So, you put yourself at great personal risk to rescue someone.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that you died. And then a friend at great personal cost saved you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you. And all these things, to me, line up to say you're a good man trying to do his best.
Yeah. Being as that I know you are a very good detective and one that is better than myself, when you say I am a good man, I don't think that's exactly true. And he's going to take his hat off.
What changed?
I mean, I'm a tiefling.
No.
No, okay,
Because
that's
you asked me
fine.
what
That's
changed.
fine. Well, what has changed is the mask is being lifted effectively.
Would you still put yourself at poster list to save that person?
I was like this when I did that.
Would your friend Rooney still put themselves a great personal cost to save you?
Yeah, no, my associates know about this already. Some people it's a little more surprising than others, but yeah.
I'm a detective. I've never seen you without the hat.
Mm-hmm. Don't think I wasn't trying to be impolite.
No, I mean, you're supposed to take your hat off inside when a lady's present, or whatever.
Mhm.
No, but this is where my point stands. Is
Well, I'm just not that kind of demon.
part, but
Yeah.
like I said, everything points that the other part is what's standing out.
And I am beginning to realize that there are people in this world that I do not want to be a part of if they are not.
I'm gonna make you say it.
Now, you gotta tell me what that's.
No.
No, I can cut it off. You just gotta tell me. You text it to me. That's
No.
fine. Well,
This is Decker telling you. I expect you to say it.
oh, okay. I was like, I love you, detective.
About time you got around to it.
Well, it's difficult to, be secondhand investigator, especially in front of Carmichael, in front of all of these people. But
Secondhand.
you're the detective.
Yeah, but I hire you when I'm stumped.
I get that, but
Right.
I get it. I get it. I say secondhand because I have several people explain very often that I am an investigator, not a detective.
I was just proud he figured out what the difference was.
Does it matter what you call him?
I care about results. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, there it is. Sorry it took me dying to come to my senses.
Yeah. I need you to be less dramatic. I don't like dramatic things.
Yeah.
She's smiling at you.
Yeah. He's like, yep. Get that.
So now that this is a date, are you buying?
You're the one with the detective salary. You would
Touche.
you would also take offense if I did that. So
See? There's hope for you.
And this is what Decker says. You fly, I buy.
turn over.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. Flies out.
Right.
And then they, would
Have a
go
pleasant evening.
go on about their business, and he just wouldn't put the hat back on. Like it'd be a thing that he has if he needs it, but he's fine. Or if he did, he looks now like the fig.
Cool.
It's wild ass wings. Like a pterodactyl in an apartment.
It's just walking with knocking shit. They were there the whole time, but now they're visible. They're more obtrusive.
In my downtime, got the armor, go to the shop with you, pay the 50 gold. Would they be able to, if I'm like, I need it not necessarily shaped a certain way, but to fit a uniquely shaped person?
You've seen magic items conform to what they're doing based off of the intent of the person putting it on.
Mhm.
And this is basically a headband with goggles. So,
I know about the scale now.
oh, the scale mount. No, that's going to have to be tailored.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But you're. I mean, I'm not. You're obviously you're not like a person, but you're. You
Are
tell
you
me, would
bipedal?
scale mail fit on you naturally, or is some alterations going to have to be made?
Yeah, it would have to be taken in probably. They're pretty like unnaturally. So yeah.
So reducing is much easier than enlarging. So it doesn't-
Right. I mean, so they could probably pin it or
Yeah.
chain, or what do you call it, like riveted or whatever, pretty quickly. Big thing is just during this downtime, it's like, cool, I'm gonna present you with this. And you
We'll say you did that near the beginning. and
Right.
By the end of the weekend, we're good to
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so manage my goal there.
And so scale mail is medium, so you are proficient with it. You do have disadvantage on stealth, but you have a 14 plus your dex modifier, max of 2. Is that it?
That's what I got.
Cool beans. We'll go ahead and get this party started. We're gonna have 2 scenes that are happening simultaneously, but we're gonna play each one out, but just so you're aware. We can start with. It's either gonna be Oliver or Bayor. Who wants to go first?
Bear can go first.
Bayor's going first. It's in your left.
Okay.
All right. You're having breakfast with Decker.
Is it at Tiffany's?
Sure, this place is called Tiffany's. We can do Tiffany's.
That is historically accurate.
That was baby.
Inspiration.
All right. She has a case file in front of her.
A new one, huh?
Yeah.
During
She's-
breakfast, really?
It's a weird one, and it came from the Wizards, and you know how uppity they get.
Yes, indeed.
Apparently, Butters did an autopsy on someone, and he mentioned some inconclusive results for the divination spell.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the spell that was meant to identify the creature that killed this person was coming up as not possible.
Okay.
Or new, hasn't existed. We don't know yet. So that got a wizard in a tizzy, and so now I've been instructed to figure out the case. A local healer died around the time when Matthias was in town. We thought that Matthias had done it because it was around the area and he was killing shopkeepers. But this is the name is Dr. Hildebrand. Owns a shop, some alchemy, a little bit of magic.
So this was while Matthias was around?
What's?
Dr. Hildebrand?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Hilde?
Brand.
Yeah. Spelled 2 different ways online, so. Dr. Hildebrand.
Mm-hmm.
First name Doctor?
No, it's Dr. Arlan Hildebrand.
Dr. Arlan Hildebrand. Okay. What was this a doctor of?
Like I said, apothecary, a little bit of magic.
You said a healer, kind of?
Yeah, just healing, general healing. It's hard to tell. It didn't seem like anything was missing. There was some evidence on the shelf that maybe some books were taken. Possibly some of the herbs and alchemical supplies, but there's really no way to tell that. But long story short, we got nothing because the divination is inconclusive, and now this thing is several weeks old.
Yeah.
So
Okay. If they're several weeks old, the investigation's been going on this long, or it's finally taken this amount of time.
like I said, it was assumed that Matthias did it.
Yeah.
Then the divination finally made it to some wizard's desk, and now they want us to look into it.
Understood. Okay, so it just recently failed. Like the divination.
No, the divination failed, but
Like right off the bat.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
But bureaucracy is bureaucracy.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So
Takes a while.
the red tape is the what's causing it to just now come. Okay. Wow. Haven't even thought of Matthias in a hot minute.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
You're telling me. Huh. Okay. Got a timeline? It's major, so I'm sure they want it to be done fast.
Oh well, I mean they can be pushy, but they're not gonna be too pushy because I can subtly remind them that they can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Oh, good point. Okay. So, looking for a doctor or a murderer of Dr. Arlan Hildebrand. Okay. Do they know how this person died?
Blunt force trauma.
I'm assuming to the head.
Yeah, there seemed to have been a short altercation, and he seemed to have been overpowered.
From the if it was somebody attacking, is there a way to know if how tall the person was who attacked them?
Well, that's what the divination spell was for, but like I said, it came back inconclusive. Like, it usually identifies a type of creature, but this is, the result came back as undefined, I guess is the best way to say that, because magic doesn't just say human, it has a certain makeup that we've learned that means human.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. I'm just trying to okay, no. So is there like a sketch of the body or something?
She shows you.
So would it be something where I can, like, based on the Dr. Hildebrand's wound, I could see where it's coming from?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, I would say it looks like they were struck in the face, but based off of the preliminary investigation,
yeah,
it looks like they fell back and hit their head on the table.
Got it.
Situation.
Okay. No, that's fine. Is there an address in the report? Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to leave right away. So.
Well, I mean, more than we're not to the point where I'm allowed to hire you for this. If you want to look into it, you can. But I was just making talk because you asked me about it.
Understood.
Can't just hire you for everything, especially now that
I didn't mean leave for the case. I meant leave the house.
you need the house.
Because they're Tiffany's.
No, I was being facetious. It's like, no, I don't get out of bed for less than. Okay. All right. Well, this one's on me. He'll finish up and he's gonna look over the case files. He's gonna make notes. Like, can I hang on to this, or do you need to keep it for now?
I need to keep it, but
That's fine.
you know where to find them.
Okay.
Careful. Some crazy stuff happening out there.
I'm not well. Yeah. Thank you.
Y'all continue with small stuff.
All right.
Morning briefing. Soren's up there. Seraph's up there. And he's giving the briefing for the morning group, pretty much. That's going to change shift. So for the past few days, I'm sure you guys have heard, we've had a lot of busts. Apparently there is a new drug going around. On the street, it's called Third Eye. And basically what ends up happening is it's an alchemical drug that, when infused with a little bit of magic, gives people true sight, which allows them to see into the astral sea. Problem is, you give it too much magic, or the cut's too pure, or they use a different type of knockoff ingredient. It has the potential to not only let you see through the astral sea, but bring the things through. Then you're like a beacon and a snack to them, and they start attacking you.
It's like a big old biscuit over there.
What now?
Yeah, no, that's exactly where we're at. So the problem is we've shut down a couple of the suppliers, only for more to pop up. So here's the plan. Guards, we're going to cut off the distribution. If you see anybody selling it, hit them hard. We need to make an example. Arrest them, bring them in, Do what you got to do. In the meantime, we have detectives working on locating their suppliers, and we're going to try to find as many of them as we can at once and hit them at once. The higher-ups have decided to hire a group of investigators to find the actual source, the creator of the drug, so that they can't replicate it. So, watch out for suspicious behavior. We've spoken to Salvatore, and he's assured us his men will not be selling this anymore, and he is going to give us information as we need it.
Any more?
Oh, yeah. Let's be real. It's drugs. We know he's probably selling it, but he's not an idiot. Now, the bad part.
Wait, that wasn't the bad one.
No,
Damn
the
it.
bad part. The reason why we are moving fast, moving hard, and we're pretty much giving you a little bit of carte blanche on how you handle the situations is the mages are monitoring the astral sea that borders our town, and there is a dreadnought approaching. If someone brings that through, it would be devastating.
Like a big boat?
They're called astral dreadnoughts. They are a type of creature, gargantuan in size. They could probably, a foot could probably level a quarter of the town.
Okay.
Yes. Needless to say, not a pleasant situation. We have a few wizards and their monks in the astral sea now trying to draw it away. But we think that the drugs themselves are making people like a beacon that is attractive to those type of creatures.
So we're like a lure in the sea.
Pretty much.
Where's the most recent bust been?
Are you talking about one of the sources or drug people?
Yeah, cause I mean I'm ready to go right now.
Well, you have a special assignment,
Okay.
and then he begins to give everybody their things, like where they go and stuff. Well, if you haven't figured it out, the Reprieve is the investigative force that's going to be looking at the creative drug.
Yeah, I mean we do have Bayor, and he's really good at figuring most of this stuff out. So that'll help.
Yes, and we just want to make sure that it's independent, I guess is the best way to say that. This is a magical drug. Needless to say, sometimes the mage's experiments go wrong, gets out of hand, and then nobody wants to take responsibility for it. So we're going to keep it outside of the influence of them, if you know what I mean.
Wait, so are you thinking the mages had something to do with this?
I don't know. I doubt, honestly, that they did with the seriousness of the threat. At worst, this is probably an apprentice that fucked up and is not owning it. But
And they don't want anything to shine poorly on them.
hence the third party. So they're, how would I put it? The ego doesn't get in the way. Talking politely.
So we're operating outside of.
Oh no, we're gonna pay you. The guard's gonna pay you.
Well, no, I understand that, but the mages don't get to tell us what to do.
You should approach this as they are the leaders of this city. I know. Let me off the lead.
Just cut to the scene where Oliver's over a mage, like,
Stop resisting. But no, you should treat them as, let's just say you need a buttload of evidence before you start interrogating a mage.
okay.
But I also know you're not going to turn a blind eye on a mage.
Uh-uh.
Just don't focus too much. You have a job to do.
Well, no, we gotta make sure that we cut off the supply because that's real bad. But and also
That's
get to the
the
bottom of
detectives
it,
in our job.
uh-huh.
You need to find who's creating it so they just don't make it again.
Which would be, oh well. See, I was thinking like you find the person that made it. That's cutting off the supply. What you all are doing is just stemming the tide.
We're going to the locations that actually create the drug, the manufacturing of it, and we're ending that, and with the distributors of it. You need the brains. Who made it and who's selling it to these manufacturers?
Yeah. We're saying the same thing.
I think I saw they were having breakfast with Deco.
Oh, at Tiffany's? Okay.
No,
Yes, it's
that's where that he does leave it. He gives you a case file to give to the group, and basically it's locations of the bus where they found some of the suppliers, and by supplier I mean manufacturers of the place of the drug. It has multiple types of ingestion. So far, eye drops and swallowing are what we've seen, but be careful.
Why can't people just stick to like ale and wine? Ugh. I don't know. All right, we're on it.
Go talk to Baylor. He's just like, I can see the astral sea. Oh, man.
Anybody want true sight? Doesn't come at a cost at all.
What you're saying is anyone wants summon astral dreadnought.
Yes.
Yep. Let's go right into its mouth.
Dreadnought comes up before.
He didn't give you a timeline, but you've gathered
Sooner rather than
yes.
later.
I love it.
So Oliver will go set up his patrol in the kind of upper lower quadrant of the city and make sure that they're fully debriefed on how he wants them to handle the situation, which is by now they know how Oliver operates, which is very honest and very, very quick. Like his directive is, if you see someone and you suspect they are doing this, knock them out, bring them in.
Okay.
Bring them to me.
All of a sudden, hundreds of people were arrested.
It's a zero tolerance policy for drugs.
Yeah, he's pretty, and what he wants is he's assigned one of his runners to get with the like the group that would do the wanted flyers to create flyers warning the public.
Oh, and on that note,
Yep.
They don't want you to do that.
No, Oliver understands that. He does not care.
Second note is he's given each squad of guards a thing that they can break, and what that will do is that will send the signal to mages to come and deal with if something has come through.
Okay. So he makes sure that each one of his guards has that and knows when to use it. He does instruct them counter to what was debriefed to warn the place that they patrol that they're going to be cracking down on anyone selling nefarious goods. So if they don't want their ass beat, they don't fuck around right now.
Yeah. And the vagueness of that actually would be approved on, but it's the we have a dreadnought coming.
Yeah, no. Oliver has enough whereabouts to not necessarily state that, though if just generally asked why, it will slip from Oliver.
Okay.
Not from his guards.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and then he'll hop on the bag of smoke and head to Tiffany's to see if
I made a
Baylor's-
joke about the Tiffany's thing. That did not actually happen. I'm sorry.
No.
No, that's where they ate, but he wouldn't know, and you didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's his face didn't say.
Oh, Sarah
Yeah.
didn't know? Okay.
Yeah,
I just
that
came
was
in.
a joke where you were just like repeating the wrong thing back, and I was like, maybe I should just go find Bagel.
He will go to the reprieve then.
Anybody at the reprieve? Dax is probably there doing the job, doing the desk.
It depends on what time, but that's where Bear would head after breakfast at Tiffany's.
What?
It'd be
Rooney, you at the reprieve?
I will be there.
Nice. Makes it easy. I think
Yeah.
so.
Rooney, have we given Arlan her eyes yet? Or their eyes?
If you still have them, then
Okay.
I thought they were with you.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure. If we're about to start doing a thing, then we can be, hey, check this out. And then when we don't need them or we're resting, Rooney, you can then work on them to complete the process. You know what I'm saying?
Excellent. Yeah. Then I'll be messing with those back at the reprieve, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'll be helping you out, Rooney, when Oliver shows up.
He will come in with vigor and gusto, just kind of in the room, hopping off the back of smoke. He'll see Dax and, all right, where are they at? Guys,
If it's
we got a
okay with
case.
Russell and Arlen are just still sitting there playing cards, and Russell looks incredibly frustrated.
Arlen's having a great time.
Because you can't read their face, so you don't know if they got a good hand or not.
No, stop it. He'll kind
He's
of,
getting his ass fucking whooped in poker.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I got learned the rules. Cannot be read.
you didn't think that one through, but we got this one to think through. We've been hired.
What are you pointing with?
No, it's a case
He's
file.
doing the politics thing.
Well, see, no, I thought he had his mace out. Like, we're gonna go get him.
He's got 0 comments. Like, we got to.
Yeah. Oh. Rooney, I believe Oliver's downstairs.
What even say?
Yeah, I heard him too. I'm just trying to. Okay, I'll let.
I mean, we can continue our work, but he's gonna come in and interrupt us.
This conversation feels like paper rock
Yeah.
scissors. Who's gonna deal with it?
Yeah. I'll go down there if you want to continue to work, but he sounds a little more excited than usual.
Nah, we're a good stopping point. We'll leave it the rest for later.
All right. I do think before we make out whatever next endeavor we have, we do need to give these to Arlen. Then you can work on them we can work on them in our spare time. So
You hold on to these, and we can continue later then.
understood.
So you guys want to know what it is?
Yes. How much is a quiver of arrows? How much? 20 arrows.
20 yards.
Expensive. I'll go check.
So I'm about to just say on my downtime I fully filled the quiver of
How much money do I win?
You played yourself.
I'm just like, well, I had 390 gold, so 390. I'm just.
I'll take that.
I
can
mean,
get some
he would not. He would not be playing with big money, especially after it starts going poorly.
It's going to be cool.
So, yeah, 10 gold.
Did you want to write your debts, or are you going to hang on to your money?
After he got this note, he's gonna hang on to it for a little while longer. You guys can
Okay.
wait.
1 gold.
1 gold for sweet.
So
So,
a bundle of 20 arrows. The only thing that's more. No, actually, that's the most expensive.
No water references, man. It's just like, get the tide and the boat and the ship and all that stuff.
So there's this drug that's starting to circulate.
Okay.
The guard is right now with the mages getting ready to launch a pretty serious operation to seize all known production facilities probably in the next day or so, if not kind of dismissing some right now. It's called True Eye, and it lets you see into the astral plane.
That's awesome.
No,
It does sound pretty interesting.
no. What you see in the astral plane can see you and then come through.
Oh.
It gets worse.
Yes, you have. Oh.
Apparently, this is making us like a big fish lure, and there may be a astral dreadnought, which I've been told is very big.
The hell is that?
Well, Sarah said one of its feet could crush a quarter of the city. So it's big. I know that much. And there's one heading towards us because everyone that's doing this stuff is kind of sparkling, and they think that's drawing its attention. And if anyone sees it, well, if what you see can come through, and it's as big as it is, it's going to be hard to not see. So we've been charged with finding the person that figured this stuff out. We got to find them and apprehend them. And it may be related to them. He said I shouldn't solely focus on the mages, but it could be like an apprentice that messed up and did something they shouldn't and is not wanting to own up to it. But if we gotta lay the hammer down, we gotta lay the hammer down. Like, we gotta. This is bad.
It is bad. I actually have a case that I'm currently working on as well.
Okay, is it the same thing?
I don't think so. And the only reason why I even think about it is the person who it's a murder, or what we were perceiving as one. I thought it was somebody when Matthias was around, but they were an apothecary. That's the only reason why I'm even making any sort of connection. Because if they're an apothecary, someone may have taken this person out because of this.
Like,
It may be the source.
the person that took them out is now the source?
They might be the new source now. They took their idea. They killed them a while back. But it's going to take a while to get these drugs on the streets and it to actually go and circulate and make enough for it to actually become a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So if we come close to this person's address, Dr. Hildebrand, then we can take a look at that, possibly.
But I mean, any lead right now is good enough for us to get started.
Do we know what makes this? Like what kind of chemicals it is?
It's in the file.
I
Okay.
mean, I didn't read it because
With this-
I'd let you do that.
No, of course he'll take a look
You're
at
Isaac playing Baldur's Gate.
Right.
it. Amazing.
I found a book. Brian, here, read it. Okay.
Oh,
I tried to read a couple, but when they're more than 2 sentences,
yeah, no, I got you. What was great was, how do we get up this elevator?
Let's spend 20 minutes trying to figure it out.
And I read it out loud.
Amazing. So reading that, would this be something a normal apothecary could make? Like, could somebody who knows a little bit about magic make this?
yeah, no, there is an uncommon ingredient in there, but it's actually fairly common.
So it's like
What's
meth.
weird is it's basically it distorts the magic that's put into it to do a certain effect.
Okay. I mean, we can try. Hey, do they have any known locations other than where we may go and look at Hildebrand?
I have a feeling you're about to point your locations that
Yeah.
are in the file.
So-
and we're in the briefing.
Let me see. The warehouse was one of the busts of the suppliers.
The warehouse where we fought the
2 knights of
Yeah.
the Fae. There's one in the dock near the north entrance.
okay.
That would be right here. Those are the 2 suppliers they cut off. Outside of that, there's been various drug busts, even in the higher parts of towns.
Mm-hmm.
Seems very popular.
I wish Adrian was here and go talk to people about where you get your drugs, because the Velvet Room might have a plug there.
Well, we know right now that they
Did
go ahead.
Oliver say that it could be apprentices?
I think so.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if your sergeant is anything like Ice Cube, but maybe we should infiltrate the dealer, find the supplier.
Infiltrate the dealer.
Well,
Find the supplier.
that's kind of what they're working on.
Which one of you
They're
wants
going
do
to
that?
the the supplying and manufacturing spots to stop that. We've got to find the chemist, the apothecary.
Go.
So we could start at either of the warehouse locations on the waterway.
That sounds like a good spot.
They took that from Duke Nukem.
It only has 300 HP,
Meh, that's fine.
28 strength. It swallows you into a demi-plane.
That's what I like.
That's how big it is.
And we could go check the Velvet Room.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Adrian may have a contact who might know how to get something. Maybe?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
So
What's the street name?
True Eye.
You said
Uh-huh.
We have the file.
Yeah.
The file says third eye.
Yeah, no,
how to
Oliver
read.
says True Eye. That's what you heard.
Oh.
That's also what I
so
recall.
it is third eye.
I used to hang around a lot in the poorer parts of town. Some of them know me.
I mean, you technically live in one.
I could go ask.
I think you and Russell could cover that pretty easy.
You see Russell pulls out.
I do. Okay, so also, for you, if you see anyone take out one of these and hold it, the little cylinder thing, and they're a guard and they snap it, there are going to be mages there very shortly afterward. The guards are instructed only to do that if something's come through, but I thought you should know.
Thank you.
See, the boy was right.
I'm trying to open my third eye.
Mm.
You
Thank
want
you.
to do drugs?
Oh, hey, yeah, clever.
He can now say those words. In that order. In a single voice. So it's not like he's like, I'm trying to throw my hand. It's like, what the fuck?
So he's already opened the eye.
This shit shouldn't be
The
mixed.
best part is you also have in that same voice, the guards are dumb.
From his
Criminal running
pretty
around town,
vague
that sounds just like
description,
Oliver.
can I tell what murder he's talking about? Because he said an apothecary. Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, oh, you're talking about him.
Yeah.
Roll me a history check.
Do you need guidance?
I don't think you want to give me guidance.
I would love to.
Well, you also can't tell when Arlan's thinking.
Yeah, no, they stand very still. Normally they're.
Yeah, when they're thinking they're still. Otherwise, they're just
Buzzing like
vibrating.
a fridge. Just...
Yeah.
So,
There's a concern because that happened. The timeline matches up. Okay, so you've got when it happened and who it happened seems to make sense. So could it be someone else? Possibly, but you're suspicious.
I love very much the clip of, and you're suspicious, and that's the whole thing. That's it. It's like a... Arlen, you are going to go with Russell to investigate. You might want these, and these will be the night vision goggles. If you wear them, or try to utilize them in an ocular fashion, I don't know where your eyes are, or if you have any, you should be able to see in the dark with these.
excellent.
So,
Can you
Thank
put
you.
them on right now?
It is not dark. It is not dark.
But before we split up, and just in case we don't come back.
you just want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, they put them on backwards. So the eyes are now in the back from where it is.
So he'll walk around behind you.
Huh.
This whole time I've been talking to your back. I'm so sorry.
Turn.
You notice
What?
that the lenses go whoop, I was kidding.
Russell's just in the corner.
Wait, squat down. I gotta fix them.
They just bend at the waist.
Yeah.
All of us looking up.
Yep. He's like, okay, so you're looking at me right now?
I am facing you.
Okay. And I'll turn them around.
Does it look different, or during daylight does it just look like I'm looking through?
I mean, this looks like it has some sort of the picture. I mean, we can role play this however we want. The picture does show like a kind of a greenish tint.
Okay.
There. I fixed it. You put them on backwards.
Adjust. Like up and down a
Cool.
little bit.
All right.
Do they have eyes now? Or
I mean, there's something. Well, I'll send a picture of this in the chat so you can kind of.
I know exactly what that looks like. Can I peer into them now?
You can give it a
Is it
shot.
what, goggles of night?
No, I won't.
Yep.
Be a little more little.
But do you all want to meet up with Adrian? Because, you know, I figure between the three of you all would probably be able to find at least active sources.
Did you say we may not come back?
Well, if
Paranoia.
you potentially run into someone that's staring into the astral sea and something bad comes through and you have to fight, I mean, that's an eventuality of just existing, right?
You mean our demise or something coming out of the astral plane?
Both.
They are both eventualities.
Technically, yes.
In this particular scenario?
I mean, Farrah's like,
I'm gonna take off the goggles.
it's making things weird.
Or just like, yes, we
Like
are all
that
going to die.
Gregori's like, excellent. She's all into where?
And then I guess Bayor and Rooney and I, we can go check the apothecary
Yeah.
and
You
the...
are going to the apothecary?
If it's linked to the case Bayor's working on, and if his theory is right that the apothecary figured out what this was and then that recipe got into the wrong hands, we may find a clue to find the person that killed the apothecary I lost it.
No, that you're right. That's it. That's where it has to end. If we find something there, great. If we don't, we'll go to wherever the warehouse was.
Yeah.
Or the dock was.
Yep.
Try to figure out who they pinched, question them, where they get their sources, and we go back to the source.
Well, that makes sense too, because the warehouse and the dock, they have access to the waterway, which would really make distribution up and down from north and south in the city
Yep.
really, really easy, and also has access to the waterways that go underneath the sewers.
Oliver said it was likely an apprentice. Is this apothecary an apprentice?
The apothecary may not be.
I don't think so.
I don't know, actually. But the person that may have
Maybe.
done something to the apothecary could have been.
Maybe.
Was this apothecary strong enough to make something like this?
I think what is happening really, you don't necessarily have to be that strong. I think what's happening is you can do something kind of minor, but change the magic of whatever you're engaging with, whatever magical thing it is, and that's what's going to happen. It's not like you're taking something very rare and utilizing that to get this effect, from what I can tell from the chemical makeup. But instead, you have some magic, distort it a little bit, and then that gets you what you want.
So, like, they made a substance that when magic is cast upon it, twist the magic to give someone true sight. Just like it's modifying the spell dark vision, pretty much.
I
It's
do
a
not
nice 12-hour trip.
know many apothecaries in this city, but from what I have seen, I do not feel that is possible for many.
I agree.
Well, that would at least make it easy. If we go there, it should be really quick to cross off the list.
Yeah, you and me can check out that place in 20 minutes and be done.
Yeah, because you always say, even no matter the smallness of the lead, you gotta do it for the bead. I don't remember what you said.
No, that sounds wonderful. Say it one more time for me.
No matter the smallness of the lead,
Lead.
you gotta
Yeah, do it for the bead. Yeah, I say that all the time. Thank you for remembering that.
You have never said that.
I don't think you're with me 24/7.
This was when he was helping me learn how to like do paperwork and stuff, and I would always gripe about it. And he says, no matter how small the task is, you have to do it.
Oh, so this is a play on words. Yeah, I have not actually said this before.
No, I don't think you said that exact thing. It was something that made sense. I just can't remember it. But you were saying like even if it's a small menial task that you don't think may actually be worthwhile, you still go check it out because it could still lead to something.
Right.
The bee.
Did JT say this, or are you just doing?
This is Brian playing all of it.
That's fine. I'm trying to double check because I'm going back in the memory banks of because I very much can see Bayor saying this part sucks, but you have to do this to do the next thing. So you're just
Bayor,
playing Oliver quite well.
Bayor has said that about the paperwork piece. Before.
Right.
He said that concept. He just has not said the lead bead part.
Yep.
Right. No, because I'm just.
Shall we go?
No way! Oliver remembering. Who wants to go first?
Well, like.
All right, I've had enough of you. Let's do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I do wish Adrian was here. That'll be a very neat little infiltration scene. But do it.
What time is it right now?
It's 10.
Not here.
Oh no.
Oh, morning. It's that happened at breakfast, so we're talking like 8 a.m.
Jesus. Just gonna go drink. I gotta buy some fucking Coke at 8 a.m.
When do you get your Coke?
That's how we know we're
9:30.
serious.
That's right.
It's in normal business hours.
It's like day drinking. 8 too early. Oh. You taking charge?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm wearing my civilian disguise, and
So your Jedi cloak.
yes,
Now you've got this
This just
leaky
pillar of a
doll
head.
That's the
figure.
thing.
yeah, it's got a hood and a
She got that
a
Kiari
strip
Mundi
of
hood.
cloth inside that goes across the, like where the nose and mouth would be.
Have you ever seen a kid like wear a cardboard box for
Yeah.
a helmet and then put like a blanket over it?
She is
Yeah.
a Jedi.
Yeah.
She is specifically looking like Kiari Mundi in disguise with his big fucking tall head.
Yeah.
Because it's like laying down. When she puts it over, it's just like this is all that's left.
Yeah, it looks like Kiari Mundi in disguise with a fucking Jawa walking next to him. Little fucking muscles.
That is disturbing. Seeing two shrouded figures with such high difference
Yeah, there you
walking towards you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's Arlan.
That, but in like full on.
That's what's in the chess piece.
The exoskeleton of that is Arlan.
Oh my god.
We'll go down around where I live, and like, because I imagine that's where Arlen usually started from. And just kind of go up to some of the neighbors, and
So you said lived. You're talking about before your house with the drawings and furniture?
I'm talking about the house with the drawings and furniture.
Gotcha.
In Arlen's heart, we now live in the grave. We've not discussed that with anyone.
All right. So let's how do you want to do this? Investigation or persuasion?
Persuasion.
Go for it.
Well,
Tell me how you approach it. I mean, you don't have to like act it out, but like, what are you specifically asking for? Like, are you just coming up to people and saying, "Have you done drugs?" Or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, are you asking Russell to stand back, or do you have a little fucking minion just...
no, yeah, I'm gonna ask Russell to like. These people have hard lives. Go over there for a second, please.
Just slithering on warm
He
feet.
just turns around and walks up the side of the wall, and he's just waiting on the roof of each
people-
house here.
Have hard lives. Now get out of here. It's like, okay.
Russell
I
will
don't
be
mean to be-
perching on the roof of each house. She's like canvassing.
One of them on the drug just sees you walking up the house. It's like, what?
But they see him as he really is, with the worm feet and the human.
They see his astral form, and then he turns and sees them.
The first couple, they'll just say like, "Hey, I have heard about this drug. And I can't help anyone if I don't know how it affects them. So I'm just trying to find someone who knows about it, so that I can help." If that
You a
doesn't
cop?
work.
I'm not like. You're the only one in town. You're asking about drugs. I mean,
We know one another.
Only narcs tell people narcs.
so did you take the hood down?
Oh yes.
Okay, I'm like,
Yes.
that's the whole point of the hood. So,
Me.
Are you a cop?
it's like,
Do I look like a cop?
Yeah, when they at the point that they ask that,
Okay.
I'll like take the.
No, that's fine. I was just like, I thought that was the point of this guy. I was like, okay. So, okay. Why do you need to help people? It's not like anybody's getting like hooked, taking drugs.
That is how drugs work. Eventually,
Yep. He goes like,
Bear's like, spots in.
eventually they hurt people.
Russell's up
Maybe
in the
not
roof smoking a
immediately.
spliff. Just
I mean, maybe. This stuff seems all right from what I've heard.
Where have you heard?
Why do you want to know?
Maybe I want drugs.
I thought you said they hood people. That's concerning.
Russell
When these guys staring at each other like, hold on.
Russell slowly lowers from above the door frame. I'm trying to open my third eye.
If you were just getting it for a friend, you could have just told me.
That is how the guards get involved.
Maybe. So you were gonna knock? Because I'm not
You
knocking.
might have.
How you turn that around? That's not cool. I don't have any, but I would. He gives you the name of some random dude. If anyone wants to make one up, you can. And you can go talk to him. He's had some in the past. Maybe he can find a way to get some for you.
Chin strap bread.
I was gonna say Jim Henson.
Go more with that.
Why?
Let's go with chin strap. That sounds like a dude that sells weapons like that.
Yeah.
Yo, my homie chin strap.
We could name them Marcus Aurelius.
I'm not gonna say that word because that's just like two right next to each other.
There it is.
You can go talk to Jim.
I thank you. Should you need anything, my door is always open. The door probably is literally open.
Yeah, I don't think I'll
And that
check.
is why you're missing all the furniture in this part of
There
town.
was never any furniture.
Someone goes in there and sweep one day, and you're like, I've been robbed.
It'd be like to help you since you've been so helpful to
Yeah.
them. You just clean it up.
I open my home and you steal all of my stuff.
Just swept the floors.
Thank you. And we'll move on to Fred.
What was
Jim,
your other one?
what'd you say?
We're mixing the two of them. It's Jim strap.
Jim Strap Henson.
No, Jim strap Ted.
The guy.
You're gonna make this real difficult for me. Like,
It
Uh-huh.
could be better off chin strap.
We're gonna go find guy number 2.
while y'all want to strategize about how you approach that, let's go to you two.
Us three.
You should talk.
It's a good size.
I'll be the bodyguard guy.
Perfect.
Okay. Standard procedure. We'll go in, take a look around. They know we're coming. If there is anyone there, it is a crime scene. You know how it is.
Is it active? Like, did this recently happen?
This happened around when Matthias was around, but we're kind of picking up the pieces. I'm assuming since it's still an open case, they hopefully left stuff as it is, but I'm not sure. So
And with
This is the apothecary, right?
this is the apothecary. That's correct, Rooney.
yep, a Hildebrand.
I'm with you.
Dr. Hildebrand. Yep.
Right. It's
So,
around the same area the other places went missing, which is, we'll say,
On the nicer side of town.
there you go.
Nicer like that.
but it's in proximity of the other stores that were hit. So,
Is Pete's Potions close to this place?
I don't remember exactly what Pete's potion was, so we'll say yes.
No worries. That
As
was
a matter
the
of fact,
place.
one of them was actually right here, but I don't remember which one it was, so we'll say that's Pete's potion.
You're good. Well, the one beside the
Clothing room, that was the clothing place.
that was the Electra's Fine Wares or whatever, Fine Silks. So, okay. Are there any guards around, like, or is it like cordoned off or anything like that?
They thought that
It was done. It's
was,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, try to enter. I don't know if it's locked up or whatever.
Yeah, you go in and it's a nice little pottery shop.
Apothecary shop.
Pottery.
Pottery.
Don't usually apothecaries have like herbs and stuff?
Yeah.
This is pots.
Well, these could be the plants for the
Oh,
potions. So
Hmm.
but now if it's just pottery, is there mulch or dirt or whatever? Do I know from the report where the crime took place, like in the building?
Yeah, I would say there's probably in the back because, like I said, there was herbs and there were books that were possibly stolen. So, like, this is probably in a back room that might be considered like an office where research and stuff is done, or they just keep their notes and crap.
Who's in here?
There's a lady wearing a apron that's kind of muddy. You know how like wet clay.
Yeah.
Standing at the counter.
Human, dwarf, tiefling, gnome, dragonborn,
dry crane.
thrycreen.
Right.
Okay. He'll walk up.
No. We have not done in a hot minute.
Hello there.
Expanding on something.
Hello there. Pleasure.
So what can I do for y'all?
My fine associates and I are trying to do some. I'll pause for a moment. As he was going to say, we're going to do a post-mortem. It's like, no, that's a little crass right now. We're trying to investigate a crime that took place here some time ago. Do you mind if we ask you some questions?
I mean, sure, you can ask me some questions, but in all honesty, that happened before I got here.
Okay. Do you mind me asking how long you've had this shop?
About 3 weeks after the murder.
Who told you it was a murder?
Everybody said it was a murder. They were investigating and stuff.
And they didn't find anything?
I'm assuming they found something because they let me buy the place.
Interesting. Do you mind if we take a look around? What's that, Rooney?
Johnny asking, it's just pots, not plants, right?
Correct. It's just like someone is actually making clay pottery, the different shapes. Some are cups, some are plates, some are bowls that you could put pots in, not pots, but plants in. It's just a wide variety.
Okay, thank you.
By chance, any of the herbs when you were setting up your wares, did you box them and store them somewhere?
Now they took all that stuff out.
I was gonna see like if we had smoke sniff around and if we knew like there are a lot of the words in there that are laborsome for me to read.
Mhm.
But if you knew how to identify them, we could have smoke sniff them and also try to trace them down through scent.
Or would these plants be something that I could, like, that I am cognizant of, or know how to get a hand on?
What do you mean?
Well, presumably we're looking for stuff that the apothecary may have had to possibly see if we can, I guess, track those down. Is what you're talking about, or
Oliver's line of thought is the core components that would make the drug separated and not combined or not directly harmful. So if smoke could get their scent, and as we're walking around, he functioned like a drug sniffing dog.
I mean, if y'all ask her if there's herbs here, she
No,
doesn't
none.
have any.
well, do you work here alone? These questions are going to seem very intense and intrusive, and I apologize.
She looks and sees you in a guard uniform, and she relaxes a little bit. I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Do you mind?
No, go ahead.
I'm going to cast detect magic.
Would it be helpful if we go see the spot, Bayor? Would you mind if we had a look around? We'll stay out of your way.
I mean, they cleaned it real good, but sure.
He's really observant.
Yeah. You may not know this, so we'll find out.
Okay. The smoke gonna start to kind of billow just a little bit and cover anything.
There's one hell of a pipe, sir. He's like a little fog cloud, like a disco floor.
Pretty much. And it's like, yeah.
Oliver
Yeah, it
will attempt to investigate while Bayor is doing his magical investigation by like knocking floorboards and walls, looking for any like hidden compartments.
Okay, roll that. Investigation or perception? Let's pick.
Oh, the perception, 100% then.
Okay.
Oh, that 22.
Yeah. Feel fairly confident too.
Okay. I'll be walking around, looking around with them, just kind of following along, going through the standard stuff.
Sadly, nothing too magical in here. And by too magical, I mean at all.
Oh, Ronnie's lost his magic.
Okay, y'all detect what y'all normally detect on each other.
There you go.
And I'm fairly sure nobody's hiding anything from each other, so.
What's your name, man?
Billy.
Like, oh, lovely.
With an I.
Do you know who took the stuff?
Yeah. The crime scene people that cleaned the place.
And do you mind me asking, who sold you the shop?
The city.
The crime scene people, were they city guard? Because we're usually the ones that take all that stuff into
I
evidence.
mean, I'm just making an assumption here. It was empty when I got here.
Oh, fair. But that makes. We could always go see. You got the case file for yours, right? It would have a case number,
Yep.
and we could find it in evidence if it's still
Good.
there.
Yeah. We can go there next if we need to. Can I roll an investigation in here to double check?
Hmm?
All right. Oliver, we're going to do once more.
Yeah, I can help.
I appreciate it.
You get to use my intelligence. It's a -1.
Which, with
31.
expertise, makes it a -2.
Oh my god. 31. Yeah, and a natural 20. So.
Okay. Sadly, it's been too long, and during this, you begin to realize that for how old this place is, it's way too clean, and you deduce that they probably magically cleaned it.
Right.
You know,
You're good. I'm just trying to make sure. Cool. I can
Prestidigitation is a power cantrip.
You're good. I can walk away confidently after a 30 something and be like, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
Well, Billy, it was a pleasure. Thank you for your time and attention.
Y'all gonna buy anything?
I do have a question. How did you make this? And he's going to point down to a pot that is taller than them, obviously, because they aren't going to just sell halfling-sized pots. I mean, every pot would be like this size. So,
Have you seen that one ghost play where the person was behind someone else and was guiding their hands?
yeah, with Swayze Patrick, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Well, let me say, I know a guy, and he's very Swayze Patrick.
Well, it's
Billy, it's been a pleasure.
it's Swatcher Paisley.
That's what it is. It's Patrick Paisley. Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, that mug's pretty cool. How much?
3 silver.
I've got 2. I can give you a gold.
Do they have a mug
You want
set?
change back?
Nah.
Do they have a mug set? Like,
I was like, it sounded like he was from behind me. I was like,
No.
I didn't do it.
yeah. Like, do they have a cup set for 6 people?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll purchase that then.
Whatever I said times 6.
You said 3 silver, so
18 silver.
2 gold. Yeah. So he'll hand over 2 gold. Thank you very much. Lovely work.
Y'all have fun.
Yeah, we will.
And if you could, not say that you should be alarmed, but if anyone offers you something illicit, do not participate. Understand?
Define illicit. No, really, I don't know what it means.
If anyone offers you something called True Eye,
I believe it's Third Eye.
Third Eye,
Third eye.
kindly refuse. And if you could, maybe send word to the barracks so we can investigate.
Well, I don't mind refusing, but that's probably as far as I'll go.
Okay, well, refusal will be enough, and if you do find, it will just really help us out. We're trying to. This is some pretty gnarly stuff.
Does your compatriot partake in any illicit activities? This-
Not to my knowledge. Okay, that was Isaac deciding.
No.
Yeah, that's a pretty good question.
No, no, it's one of those like since you made the ghost reference, I'm thinking this bitch did this, and the ghost comes out, and I'm like, oh, right there, you know.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was just like, we got him.
This one's peaceful though.
Oh my god, it is a peaceful dreadnought.
Dreadnought helping a halfling make pottery.
Oh, I can't even think of the song right now. Okay, excellent work, but I guess it's a dead end.
Song for that.
Oh man, amazing.
Right?
Okay.
You too.
All right, so we're going to Jim Strap
Guy number
Henson. Yeah, we said the same thing.
Just labeled different.
Where's old Jim Strap at?
Oh, it's pet credit.
He's got 11.
We'll say somewhere around this area is his haunting grounds.
Word, so he hangs around the Three Flag City.
Yes.
Would Russell recognize the name Jimstrap Henson? So I feel like he's ever heard it. He would have clocked that one.
It's in your repertoire of speech. Whether or not you remember specifically where it came from, I don't know.
They got a description of this person?
You know Jim.
Okay, he knows.
We'll go. We'll go there.
We're walking around.
Okay. You go there, start walking around. You don't want to... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask if y'all wanted to roll something, but if you have a specific avenue of investigation, let me know and that can help me decide.
As
what
I
to
start
roll.
getting into the area, Russell kind of slow Arlen down a little bit. Point him out, but don't approach.
Okay. Okay. He might know me. Yeah. I'll put my hood and stuff back on.
Looking super inconspicuous.
The Grim Reaper walking around.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the third eye.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of look around where I've seen him before.
Okay. Roll a perception then.
If Oliver has any kind of description, he can assist. But
I got a
Yeah.
16. My
Yeah.
passive is 23. If that.
I mean, 16 is going to be good enough.
Okay.
Probably about 30 minutes of looking around. You guys locate him.
Okay, I will pick a place to sort of stand where I can sort of see him. Kind of like I used to do, where I would just kind of watch people
Okay.
do their thing, and I'll sort of bend my head to Russell.
and Russell,
He's fine. Easy enough.
what is Jimstrap doing?
He's just talking with a group of friends on the corner. You know, like kind of like on the stairs of this old house that's just they're just chit chatting.
What is Jimstrap?
Let's go with. I need to get just the list of races in front of me.
I mean, you should make it a dwarf. UnDP.
Okay, fine. We'll make it a dwarf. That's
Clean shaven.
Oh, you can make it a dwergar. There you go.
Well, they're hanging
Mike
just
is-
in the morning on the surface.
Dude, this guy is on so much third eye. he
He's
didn't even
a
know what
plasmoid.
plane he's on.
It's always twilight where he is.
He's a slug man.
No, it's not.
Do I remember anything about him?
No, I mean you probably helped with a couple minor injuries or something like that, but it's nothing like.
Cool. How old are they?
26, 27?
Just picture Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Jim Dirt has a dwarf.
It's a young team.
Ooh, we get Yankee.
I will stay where
Yeah.
I can see him
Do it again.
if you need help. Tell me. Somehow.
It'll likely be obvious.
He's such a. We'll just start stabbing.
He just walks up. Where is it? So are these just like street toughs hanging on a corner,
Pretty
or
much.
okay. How busy is the general area they are all in? Like, there's Arlen lurking nearby. There is Russell with Arlen between him and these street toughs so far.
It's 9, so low to moderate. You can probably see within the general, like looking down, within 3 blocks either way, probably 15 people.
All right, so Russell will kind of get to where Arlen obscures him from a lot of the street, and then it will be a very long, just him looking up at Arlen, and then he pulls his hood back so she can clearly, or they can clearly see his eyes, and then Arlen will hear in their voice, "Am I not allowed to have secrets?" And then Russell will become a relatively thin dwarf with a scraggly beard with dirty braids and like tangled matted. He looks like a dirty hippie dwarf.
Okay.
This is in the area of town where Oliver's group patrols, isn't it?
I don't know if they were assigned to patrol there or not, to be honest with you. Because you work all over. You've been in the Y before. You've been.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like a rotation.
I am gonna watch for guards.
You just run across.
Okay.
Because-
It's literally like
Oliver told me that.
Tyrant state.
And you just
For guys.
That's when it becomes obvious.
You can roll a perception.
13.
All right, and then Russell will kind of sidle up. He'll roll a quick cigarette.
Okay.
And he'll just kind of somewhat awkwardly and sheepishly looking, sort of just sidle up to the group as though he is just kind of becoming part of it. Is it all dwarves or is it just a mixture of humans?
It's a mixture. There's a human in there. There's a couple of dwarves. Maybe half orc.
What's the general conversation?
How much fun they had last night. Where they're gonna do it again. You know, what time they got to meet up. Work sucks, you know. Small talk.
It's one of those things where it's just like he may regret disguising himself because this dwarf's gonna have a lot of voices. It's just a dwarf that sounds like Oliver. Yeah, no, he'll just kind of sidle up, smoking a cigarette, and just sort of start chuckling along with them as jokes are made, and just see how they react to his presence initially.
You see a couple of them clock you almost immediately, like, okay. Then the other two, it takes a moment before they look at you and like, oh shit, it's a bird person.
He's disguised as a dwarf.
Inspiration.
I'm trying to be where
Just gets it all.
like,
You might not allowed to have secrets.
I would like to be able to see their faces so I
Okay.
can read their lips.
Well, I said it would be obvious.
You hear Arlen sneeze from across the road.
Oh my god. Thought I heard you.
The glass rattles.
Russell will kind of just like and I'll look over at Arlen. Very quick glance, like he's not looking over like, what do I do now?
This is the part where it's obvious.
Feathers are all ruffled up. Yeah,
Yeah.
ruffled.
How do the others react to these two pointing him out as a bird first?
The two that caught you fairly quickly are like they look at the friend. They're like, "All right, you cool, man." The one that's chuckling with him, he's agreeing with him.
Anybody else looking at this group, paying attention to this group that Russell can see?
Currently,
He
no.
drops his pencil.
You know, the other two are like, "What the fuck?" It's like, "Did you give me some?"
You have to pardon my caution. You have to pardon my caution.
the two are
Caution.
the two are laughing really hard now. Oh,
I heard you may be the man to speak to.
are you talking to the
Jim
sober Jim Trap? And
I'm
I
trying
Jim
to
Trap.
open my third eye. Seems like y'all might be a little ahead of me.
He starts chuckling a little bit. Okay. So his thing. You don't look like a cop. You don't sound like a cop.
The guards are done.
We agree. But it's been a little tense. So what are you looking to buy? How much?
Call it a tester.
You see him kind of look left and right. Be right back. He goes inside the house. He comes back out. 10 gold.
I'll just do the real quick. Palm on some gold. And swap it.
You can do that because you got the human hands.
You can do that because you got sleight of hand. Guess I'll let you know how it goes.
Good luck. You need to, you got anybody that can turn it on for you?
Oh, yeah.
Make sure they don't do too much, or things get real crazy.
I don't know how to handle my shit. Then he gives him the low bones.
You know anybody else? Tell him Jim sent you.
You're the man, Jim Strap.
And he's
That's the least careful. Not that I've ever interacted with a drug dealer. That's the least careful drug dealer.
Yeah, I mean, you get them when they're high. It's...
Well, yeah. Especially you walk up fully disguised and then drop it and look like the most obvious criminal.
Okay, that's fair.
Which honestly, at that point, it'd be more like, this motherfucker is definitely a narc. Looks like he's in a costume.
Oh.
And as Russell's walking back across the street, he kind of gestures for Arlan to walk down the street before they meet back up. And then he's just like, that was easy.
Good job.
Thank you.
Now you are suspicious.
Yes,
Always in front of
yeah. Always have been.
Patrons are like, what the fuck did I just witness?
And it'll kind of pause again real quick and then secrets.
50 gold.
It's just instant stun. He's just 35.
Not for me. I already have secrets. I know yours. I can know this one too.
For 50 gold?
I fear we have a misunderstanding.
Yes.
I am attempting to tell you that I saw you steal 50 gold from the party. And didn't tell me.
Secrets. And then he gives Arlen the low bones.
Live
little
on
nut.
On the bones.
He was straight up thought you were fucking just being like, okay.
Supporting them. Yes, don't you?
Oh. All right. Do we want to? Is there anything anybody else wants to do? Because it's 10:40. I feel like if we start anything else, it's going to push it well into 11. So
Bear just flies in. What is happening, guys?
all right. It was a pleasure, guys. Had some fun.